Yo, what up guys, OP01 Daniel back at again with a new deck video. Today we are doing Doffy. This is probably one of the coolest alt arts you will ever see. It's just fantastic. I will never play this deck with the regular art, only with alt art, because this card looks so good. It's insane how good it looks. But yeah, today we're gonna do Doffy, pretty cool leader, a fun effect. So it needs to have 2 dons beneath him or attached, so he becomes always a 7. And his effect is tap 1 don, reveal 1 card from the top of your deck. If that card has the 7 Warlords of the Sea type character card with a cost of 4 or less, you may play that card rested. So basically, 2 dons under it, attack, reveal if there's a card with the 7 Warlords of the Sea, you play it in rested mode. So it just pops out a lot of bodies on the field. Pretty cool effect, and I love this deck so much. But yeah, let's start with our deck profile. Hey, you're probably not subscribed, because 94% of you guys are not subscribed. And if you don't want me to rip a boa, subscribe. Got my deck here. Our 1-cost characters are 4 times Blocker Law from the starter deck from the Warlords of 7C. Yeah, it's your 1-cost blocker, not really a lot to tell about. For our next card is 3 times Perona. We got the beautiful box topper art. But yeah, Perona is probably the best searcher in this deck, because you can look at the top 5 cards of your deck and put them at the top or bottom in any order you want. So basically, you know what you will use this effect for. So you look at top 5, you can place it however you want. If there's a good card you want to summon off Doffy with this, play off Doffy with this effect, you can just stack your deck. And with this deck, you really have to think about what cards you have and what you will draw and what's the next card. So don't draw unless you know what's coming and if you have rearranged your deck accordingly. If else, you will ruin the top cards and then it will miss its effect. So be careful of that. For our next card is that we play 4 times Alfida, OP01 Alfida. And yeah, you usually use her for the counter because it's plus 2000 counter, or yeah, plus 2000. And her effect sometimes comes up, really depends on the matchup. But yeah, 1 don attached to her. When attacking, you may trash 1 card of your hand, then return 1 of your opponent's character with a cost or 3 or less to the owner's hand. So basically, you just bounce on attack. And yeah, this is a abomination. This, I have already bought 3 other copies of my Alfida, because somehow I managed to only get 1 for my case. But yeah, excuse me for the non-pimp, it's on the way. And also for this, our 3 cost, only 3 cost, is of course our blocker, Don Quixote Doflamingo. Yeah, the art is kind of weird. I would rather just play the alt art, but still, I have to find some sellers. But yeah, it's a blocker. On play, look at top 5 cards of your deck, put them in any order you want, top, bottom, same as the Perona. So basically, you just know what you're gonna pull or play or whatever on top of the deck. But yeah, this deck just really has a lot of blockers, as I will show you now again. 4 costs is we play 4 times Boa Hancock. Really good blocker, insane effect, and beautiful alt art. Really nice. Here, I will show you guys. Let me do it like this. A very beautiful alt art. But still, the regular is also pretty nice. But yeah, her effect is she's a blocker. When blocking, so on block or when attack with 1 don under it, you can draw a card if you have 5 or less in your hand. So basically, it's just draw power. So that is why it's a pretty expensive card. This is cheap, this is expensive. So draw power is expensive, and yeah, it's a blocker. So basically, you can just call it out. Oh yeah, by the way, I am now gonna go to all the 4 costs, and the 4 costs you usually just wanna use with his effect, or the Don Quixote Doflamingo, the earlier one. Another target for the Doflamingo effect leader is of course Marshall D. Teach. On play, bounce a character with 3 or less to the owner's hand. So basically, bye-bye blockers or annoying cards. Really good card, you bounce for days. And this is a really fun card in my opinion. This is the Bartholomew Kuma from the OP01. It's a blocker, it's a 4 cost, and on KO you may play 1 Pacifista with a cost of 4 or less from your hand. So basically, you just get some big hitters. So we only play 2 Pacifistas. because we don't really want to have a lot of positive visuals on hand, and it's just a cheap of Doflamingo, and also free summon because you summon this on KO, and then you can just hit next turn because 6000 is pretty overpowered, especially if you add more dons. You can play 3 if you want to and cut some other cards. For our next 4 costs is Gecko Moria. So basically you can just get a Walrus of the 7th Sea from your, with a cost 4 or less, from your trash to your hand, so you can get all these targets in the deck. You can get the counter, you can get blockers back, really good cards. You also want to use of his effect. So basically all level 4s and 3 you want to use your leader's effect. You can also play them, but yeah, Don resource. Last, no, not last, but one of the 4 costs we also play is Dracul Mihawk. Basically 2k counter effect sometimes comes up, but it really depends. I've never seen anyone use this effect. You can play it for attack power, or you just use it for counter. If you have nothing, you can just do it with your leader effect. Okay, so here is my different take on the deck. We play 2 promo crocodile cards. So you got this in the demo event, pre-release event, and I think that's it. But yeah, so basically you give this card 1 Don, it becomes a blocker. Yeah, it's just a target for Doffy. It's a easy cost card. You could change this with the 7 cost of Flamingo from the starter deck, Wars of the Seas, but yeah, it really depends. But I just prefer this one. It's a nice card. Nice art, and it has a counter from 1000. Next we go into our beaters of the deck. So we play 3 Virgo. Yeah, it's just a level 5 cost 7k beater. Really good card. It pressures your opponents a lot because it's cheap and it's a 7k. And also has counter. So why not use it? Good question. Next card is our big boy. So basically we play 4 Dracul Mihawks. On play, place 1 character with a cost of 7 or less at the owner's bottom of the deck. So say goodbye to annoying cards. And also, why wouldn't you, excuse me, why wouldn't you play these arts? These arts are so good. This is my dream body. I'm going to the gym every day to get this physique. But this art is really good. Can the camera do it justice? Yeah, as you can see, this art is really insane, but also still pretty nice art. I'm trying to find 3 more of these. Oh, okay, there go my cards. Oh, excuse me, it's got some stuff in my throat. Last card of the deck is just 4 times Love Mellow. Good card, counter, your leader or your characters gain 4000 during this battle, and then you can draw 1 card if you have 3 or less. So basically, if you have 4 cards in hand, you have 2 active dons. Okay, wait, okay. So now you have 4 cards in hand. Just say that these are random cards and you have 2 active dons. You can just play it, you draw 1 because you have 3 or less now. So you can have 3. So you can draw 1 and then you have 4 again. So good thing for you guys. But yeah, this deck is really cool. I love how this deck works. It's basically like his power in anime. You string, so you can play the cards, you can get them out, you can control them, you can control your opponent. It's like a very heavy blocker control deck style. Really fun to play, and just hitting almost for every turn 7k and just flip out bodies is really good. Your worst matchups are probably Kaido, because he can clear the entire board. Yeah, you can Luffy, because they can just ignore the blockers and rush. And Kid is a pretty good matchup. Yeah, it's a really cool deck. It gets a lot of support in the future, or at least we are getting that Jimbei from the Treasure Cup participation pack, promo pack 2022 or something. We get that Jimbei. Really good card, really fits in this deck. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If not, then I'm sad. But if you enjoyed it, please give it a like. And I will see you guys in the future. So, peace.